Jordan Greenway joins us now, and happy holidays. How are you?
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot.
Good holiday season for you?
Yeah, it was good.
Break?
Yep. I went back home to Canton, New York, something I haven't been able to do in a long time. So it was good.
Good.
Did it bring back memories?
It did. Memories from a long time ago, though, before Shattuck days. And I hadn't, like I said, I hadn't been back in so long. I went and saw the old rink I used to play at.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it was really good with my sister, my mom. It was great.
So when you grew up, there's always that one present that you remember what you got. Yeah. I remember one year, my parents brought it at the very end. It was a Sega Genesis, and we had Tommy Lasorda baseball on it. We played for like days, right? Yeah. Is there one gift you remember as a kid that you're like, hey, I really remember that significant moment?
Yeah, for sure. I got it was like a mini motorcycle, like a Harley Davidson. My brother and I got identical ones, and we used to ride those things from morning to night, probably when we were like 10. Yeah. And it was, up there, there's so much space, so many, cornfields, a lot of areas to ride it on, and that was the one I remember for sure.
That's a great gift.
Oh.
I mean,
I want one now.
That's all I want to do. It's just go get dirty in the mud here. I mean, my goodness. Now, you have been kind of giving the gift continuously here for your line mates and for the coaching staff. It seems like you have a really nice rhythm here. How would you describe just how everything has gone for you personally since getting back in the lineup and where you see everything going with this current group?
Yeah. Things have been good, since, I guess the last two games I've been back. Great win against Toronto, big win that we needed. And then, going into New York, I thought we played, truthfully a pretty good game, a game that we definitely could have won. We had multiple chances to win and, obviously came up short, but looking at the positive side, we were able to come out of there with a point and a big point in MSG against a good team.
You seem like a even keel type guy, but there was a moment in the game against the Rangers where Eric Johnson was assessed an unsportsmanlike conduct, a 10-minute. Jeff Skinner got a 10-minute, and the explanation we got from the ref was more like, well, I gave him a 2 because you guys complained about calls earlier in the game. Like, it was really weird. Do you get fired up? Do you get, like, on the bench yelling at the officials at times? Because I know I would if I was on the bench.
Yeah, I used to definitely a lot more. Now I not as much. I found, for me anyway, it's never helped me previously. Anytime I find myself yelling at the refs, they never help me out in terms of, giving me a call or just giving me the benefit of the doubt. And I can definitely understand why guys get fired up. Like I said, I've done it numerous of times, but now I find myself trying to stay a little bit more even keel. There's not much you can do to control the refs, right? So you might as well just control what you can control.
It is an unusual moment like that where most of us thought it would be 5 for fighting, 5 for fighting, even up and away you go. Because it became such an emotional moment, is it something that does get kind of talked about after as far as a reset to maybe even be more like you and just like, like let's just take it as it comes? I'm just curious how that all goes down.
Yeah, I mean, in that instance, first off, it's kind of interesting how they're calling those these days, right? I think the past couple, obviously before the break, but I think there were a couple times where guys were given instigators when, both agreed to fight, and sometimes the refs giving them 5 and 5, it's a fighting major and life's simple, and sometimes you get the extra 2. So I think guys are starting to get a little, maybe extra fired up with maybe the non-consistency or whatever the case. But, I feel like, truthfully, in between every period, guys are always like, let's stay off the refs, let's calm down, this and that. 2 minutes into the next period, we're giving it to the refs, So, I mean, I find like no matter what team you're on, you're always saying in the locker room, let's stay off the refs. Even the coaches are coming in like, I got to stay out there. Donnie comes in, I got to stay off the refs. And then, like I said, 3 minutes to go, bad call, and everyone's all over the refs, So we definitely talk about it, but it's a lot easier said than done.
Well, and it wasn't just fighting, right? I mean, we had the whole dissection of what is boarding, and we've also seen multiple scrums this year that result in one minor penalty and not two.
Like Zach Benson, like he got mauled and there was no extra penalties.
Yeah,
but when that happens, obviously you're a penalty killer. So you're thinking, okay, now I got to go do my job. So maybe for you it's a little easier to reset than, let's say, Jeff Skinner, who says, oh, I'm going to be sitting here for the next 2 minutes, so I'm going to be yelling at the rest. But what's been the key in the penalty kill? And we saw it in New York, right? Samuelson, big blocks. Connor Clifton, big blocks. You guys forwards angling the shooter in an area where it's easier for the defense to block those shots. So what's been the key in the system on the penalty kill for you?
I could go into, our structure, how we do certain things, how we operate as a whole. But, for us, I think a lot of it's just been, our willingness to compete, anticipate huge blocks, like you said, out of Sammy, EJ. There's a lot of guys back there who are willing to get in front of some, big one-timers, this and that, and that's huge. That helps out not only the goalie, but everyone else, and anticipating. I think that's a thing that we talk about a lot. Just kind of thinking about where the power play wants to go with the puck next, and if you can find a way to take that away and make them do something that they don't want to do, typically you can take them out of their rhythm and kill some time with that. But more than anything, like I said, competing, winning the pucks on the wall when we need to, when we find ways to pressure, opportunities to pressure, do it hard and find a way to get the puck stalled and get it all the way down the ice.
Jordan, you played 40 games now as a Sabre. You have 7 goals and 14 points. If you prorate that, it probably turns into your best offensive season. Does it feel like it's a real comfort for you to be playing here in Buffalo?
Yeah, absolutely. Things have been great since I've gotten here last year. Just what this group can do, not only offensively but just as a whole. I think in Buffalo we see it kind of in spurts. There's a lot of good things that a lot of these guys can do, but once we find a way to start stringing things together and winning the games that we need to, winning the winnable games, I think we'll really start to see how much better it can be. And like I said, for me, it's been great. It's been obviously close to home. I was here a lot growing up, and it's great to be back. Great to be back here, and with a familiar coaching staff and group of guys.
Do you like the black and red? Do you like switching gear from blue and gold to black and red? And do you like the actual black and red goat head uniform?
Yeah, I think the black and red is great. Great look. I'm a big fan of it. And switching gear, it's actually not that bad. We in Minnesota we had a practice rink and a game rink, and we always had to switch gear. And truthfully, it wasn't that great. We had 2 different sets. Here, I don't know why. I don't know what Willie and George are doing back there, but the equipment, it's not too stiff. It's been great. It's been great.
George is probably wearing everybody's gear
when we
around.
leave. Exactly. That's so good.
Sabres after dark.
George would be the one doing it, like riding the mini Harley in your equipment.
Right.
I'm Jordan Greenway.
Right.
All right, we have planted the seed for the next embedded, so look forward to that in the coming months. Jordan, all the best. Have a happy 2024 and good luck.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, guys.